Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. Now, this video is kind of hyped up, as you guys can go and tell by the title. We actually finally have now, after weeks upon weeks of waiting for it, some proper confirmations from Amazon and the PlayStation 5's finally arriving in the actual warehouses themselves. I do not believe these are actual proper warehouse consoles, like, those normal ones I always tell you guys to go check the links down below for, because they do pop up every now and then, and we did see a little bit of leaks about it before, but I do think these are actual proper normal consoles. I'm gonna tell you guys what's actually arrived, expectations, when the next drops might be, just all based on my own thoughts and opinions. I'm not, like, as you guys know, Amazon's a little bit of a wild card, and they kind of just do a bunch of random different times and stuff like that. And overall, just overall good news, because we are seeing a little bit more movement, and I think Amazon's that one that we just haven't seen drop in quite some time. We've actually had like 2 other cycles of other major restocks going on, so it's always fun to get to go and see this and confirm this. And if you guys been watching my daily videos, I've been reaching out and asking for probably the past like 2 weeks or so, trying to get like any smidgen of information I can give you guys. So we're going to talk about that all throughout the video itself, and just a lot of other things, so hope you guys don't mind as well. If any of you guys are also brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, especially for our brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway going on the channel itself. It's going to be the 5th PS5 we've given on out. Amazon links always linked down below. The PS5 disc, digital console, and controllers. If you guys want to go and check, I probably would say this video is not going to mean it's going to drop like tomorrow or like in the next 20 minutes or something like that. But letting you guys know that it is at least there, so we can at least kind of be more on the extra lookout. Kind of how it was when it came to, like, Target. Like, we knew the stock was there, we just didn't know exactly when, where, how, or what. We had like the good rough idea, so I'll go touch on that in a second. And yeah, we also have the Twitter and Twitch stream down below if you guys want to follow. The Weeble, sign up for Weeble. Deposit $100 with the link down below. You guys go get free stock, free money. Coinbase, you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency. You guys go and get free Bitcoin. They're always linked down below. And I guess, like the video, give your thoughts and comments down below too as well. So in case you guys are always kind of curious, we actually do have confirmation. The exact numbers I am seeing so far. If you guys don't know, I have a friend that does work over at the Amazon fulfillment centers over here in the Midwest in Chicago. You guys can go creep on my videos throughout the past, like, I don't know, like 5 months. We've gotten so much good information when it comes to this stuff, and usually our drop times are at least pretty good. Usually whenever we knew that stock comes up, it's usually within about like a week or two or so. Kind of a little bit of a broader range, but just more so on the good thing to be on the lookout for when it comes to drops. So we actually have had confirmed on, as it seems like it's around like 6 to 8 pallets, which basically, if you guys don't know what a pallet is, it's just like a nice little stack of PlayStation 5s. So like, just think like, we sometimes use those in like my little, like my thumbnails and stuff like that for the videos from like previous other leaks from other people. But basically, it's like, just imagine like a bunch of PS5s stacked on top of each other, like just have multitudes of consoles. So it's not like, of course, there's always insane amounts when it comes to the PS5 numbers, but at least we do know there actually are brand new, like actually like wrapped and all that stuff, consoles that have arrived. So just letting you guys know that we are now on the lookout segment for Amazon. And now let me go talk about the drop times and expectations and all of that as well. We did not go and see any PS5 digitals. I kind of feel like we usually don't see too many PS5 digitals, at least in the Midwest location. I believe maybe like 2 of the last 5 drops, if I kind of remember correctly. I could always maybe double check and like go through my text conversations and stuff from a few months back. But we usually don't see too many PS5 digitals, but sometimes they do show up like maybe a week later. But we've kind of noticed on the trend, at least what I've noticed, I don't work at Amazon myself, I just know the information from insiders, is that typically like we get the actual PS5 discs, and if they do actually have like a somewhat more sizable PS5 digital restock, they may show up like about a week later. I mean, I think that probably would make a lot more sense. They make a lot more PS5 disc editions, so that probably would mean that a lot more of them would actually show up first because they're making more, and then they kind of get to divvy out to the digitals afterwards. So I'll definitely try my best for a few different things for like future notes. There usually sometimes are a few different arrivals. So what it means by that, I mean, we'll sometimes have like a small batch. Like I feel like a 6 to 8 range is not like the biggest, but also don't forget when it comes to Amazon, they do like a weird combination stuff. I really wish if any of you guys work at Amazon, feel free to go and get in more, or the restock people or whatever. But it kind of seems like they do small batch shipments of like kind of stock arrivals. And then pretty much a lot of the Amazon fulfillment areas, like say, like think New York and Florida and Texas, or like other like Missouri, whatever it is, a lot of the places will receive a small amount of stock and they'll kind of sit on it. And I think what they maybe do for that is they kind of like predetermine, let's go and say there's like 5,000 people in Chicago that are probably going to get like, or maybe like 5% will be in Chicago. Then like 20% will be in New York, 5% in Florida. So they can kind of like somewhat preemptively go and move consoles there. And they still have like a few extra weeks, or like however long it's going to take for the next Amazon drop to come on out. Basically just have like the stock sit there and allocate there. And then whenever the drops usually happen, there's just a massive more load of stock. So don't forget, there's like a few different types of like centers themselves. So in case you guys are curious on that. We'll also try our best to reach out to some other Amazon employees that we know and see if they also have any other stock available or if any like stock numbers. So I may have another video for that sometime soon. So as well. So when are we gonna probably expect this next upcoming drop? As I mentioned, I feel like whenever we start seeing some movement when it comes to Amazon, is usually about like I'd say like a week and a half before the next drop happens. But I think what I've kind of seen just from like when I hear information, it's either like a 4-day period or like maybe like I guess like maybe 10 days or so. It's usually that rough range. It could be a little bit earlier, it could be a little bit later. I mean, like I said, if you guys remember the Amazon saga like 2 months ago, where basically we knew the exact drop time and date, and we knew that stock was there, and we knew that stock was sitting in the fulfillment centers, we knew that stock was arriving, all that type of stuff. Basically, we knew it was there, and then they postponed it another month. And this is from like internal leaks, this is from like stock leaks, this is from like a very large amount of stock sitting there. If you guys remember, I actually made a video on that from like how one Amazon or how one scalper like ruined that. If you guys ever want to watch that video on the channel, I actually would highly recommend it. It's like kind of a good saga. But basically, this usually kind of means that stocks are arriving there. It's going to be coming soon. It's the same thing too as well when it comes to Target. Once we know stock arrives, that does make it easier for us to go and kind of pinpoint and determine when the next restock is going to happen. And like you guys even kind of saw maybe from like the last 2 weeks, we knew that like Target was most likely going to be dropping like Wednesday and Thursday, but they always like then they kind of threw it for a fast one. It dropped on Friday. So you guys know it's always hard for me as like the restock person to go and get it. But like I said, so we do at least know there's like a decent amount of pallets, and I will try my best to reach out to other people or look through leaks, look through Twitter, whatever I could try to go and find information on to see if other Amazon fulfillment centers have gotten it. No PS5 digitals as of yet. And typically drop times will be probably, I'd probably say within the next 2 weeks. I'm going to say that for generous stuff. Usually we've seen stock arrive a little bit quicker and drop a little bit quicker, but it always depends as well for Amazon. So don't get your hopes up too much, but it's worth it at least be aware that it could be dropping in the near future. I think if we ever go and see more shipments arriving, or we have other confirmations from other Amazon folks, then it means that the drops will be looking a lot more imminent and a lot more closer. So it's kind of, this is like one of those things where it's kind of like when Target, we kind of like kind of talk about Target a little bit, but we kind of brush it underneath the side. And then whenever we start seeing more Target stock, like starting to get movements from the facilities, like warehouse facilities and like the actual stores, then we put a little bit more extra attention on it. So I'm just letting you guys all know we are on the lookout for it now. I'll be watching it and if we can see it. Now, the very last thing is when will it actually be dropping? So it almost kind of like, I could be wrong, but it does kind of seem like Amazon, at least for Amazon America, seems like it kind of cycles drop times. So if you guys remember 2 drops ago, it was at like 2 a.m. And then we had a previous, another drop, like the last one, that was around like 9 to 11 range, you know, depending on your time zone. So I almost feel like this next upcoming Amazon restock, it might, this is just on speculation based on what they've done, might be more around like those really early hours, like that 6 to 9 a.m. range, give or take, kind of like how it was for Target. And then they might go and do the previous thing as well. Like they might keep on like just bumping it like every like 5 or 6 hours. So I'm not sure if that's going to be true or not. Like I don't want you guys to be like for sure staying up until like 2 a.m. because or sleeping early if you think it's gonna be dropping, stuff like that. I don't want you guys to blame me on that. But just based on the trends, it does kind of seem like it cycles a little bit and kind of keeps on bouncing around. So not 100% sure exactly. I know it's always annoying to go and say that, but a lot of people just like knowing when there's information or when they're coming soon. And I do also want to go and say usually Amazon drops are nicer because they usually go and do like the PS5 digitals right after. So once we see one, we kind of know the next one's coming. And typically Amazon also has like somewhat bigger stock. Like they just more so people can still bought it. Like we're still seeing bots affecting all the stock, but usually it's like we have 50,000 consoles and they just put it up. And then it's kind of like a free for all. So if you're kind of early, like you see people tweet about it, or you see like you kind of know it's coming, you can sometimes go and get it a little bit earlier than folks, or get in early before the dogs show up. Like when basically a lot of traffic and the website crashed, they show cute little dogs and puppies. So then you guys know it's always nice to be aware. So I think the first step, this is kind of like the first step for the Amazon drop. Whenever we do go and see more information, we will let you guys know 100%. I'll try to reach out to other employees. If we see more batch shipments arrive, we see more digitals as well. I think almost at this point, whenever you kind of see PS5 digitals too, that might be like the perfect indicator of like, hey, we're dropping like, it's like dropping like the next few days. So it's not there yet. Don't get your hopes up, but keep on looking, being aware that it could be there. There's always that very, very small chance of them being Amazon warehouse consoles. We have been seeing those floating around a lot. But in my honest opinion, it probably won't be, just because these are properly made, properly packaged, and properly like shipped in mass groups, and usually it kind of seems like the Amazon warehouse is already open or have issues with it or like are damaged on the outside. Like you can kind of like just tell by visual by itself. As well, I know some of you guys are trying to find some Xbox news. I'll see if I get any good Xbox news for all of you guys too as well. But I appreciate you guys all so much for watching. If you guys want to leave your thoughts and comments, feel free to down below. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on for our PS5 giveaway going on the channel itself, the Twitter and Twitch room as well, link down below. And of course, sign up for Weeble, deposit $100. You guys go get free stack, free money. Coinbase, you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency. You guys go and get free Bitcoin. I just appreciate you guys all so much for watching, for hanging, and for chilling. You guys are all beautiful, and I'll see you guys up on the next video itself. We'll probably have our nice weekly videos and all that starting as of tomorrow, and hopefully we'll be back in the good old restock grind soon. I love you guys all, and I'll see you guys up on the next one.